Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl again, and yesterday we did a video on behind the scenes tour of my house and my office and kind of the process of eBay and Amazon, a brief overview. So today we're going to take the first step and focus on inventory. And you saw that I took all my inventory and I put it on the floor of my office until it was ready to be listed. So today is Friday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is garage sale day, so we're starting with that. What I wanted to start with though is I kind of made a little example list. This is just a few examples, but the first tier of eBaying and Amazon and e-commerce is really when you do garage sales, flea markets, estate sales, storage units, antique marts, thrift stores, Craigslist, stuff around your home. And the best way to do that is to be an independent seller on Amazon, eBay, or Etsy, or whatever your forum is, and you really have no overhead expenses on the stores. You have minimal inventory, shipment expenses, and office supplies, and you can use free apps. So it's really kind of risk-free. You're just getting your feet wet, and this is how you're starting, and you're starting to get a regular income in, and you realize that this is what you want to do. So you go on to the second tier, and here we have trade shows, government surplus, wholesale distributions, drop shipments, a lot more complicated stuff, more online. You really have to research and get to know the processes before you jump in. You might even have an official eBay store that you pay a monthly fee for. You might become a premium Amazon FBA seller, which you have a monthly payment for. And you might even own your very own website where you're selling your goods. These all have monthly fees. You might have to have more equipment like a laser printer or a bigger scale. And you have to use paid apps or software to really kick it up to the second notch. So today we're going to focus on the first tier because this is where most people start, and we're going to go to a garage sale together to show you how I do it. So come with me. Now when I go garage selling, I always bring my smartphone. And on my smartphone, right on my front page, I don't know if you can see this, but I have my Amazon and my eBay app right there. So we're going to focus on eBay today because that's more of a garage sale type forum. And I open it up and I go to my sale. When you come to your garage sale, there's going to be tables set up and a lot of different merchandise. And a lot of people say, well, how do I know what to buy? How do I know if it's good, if it's going to resell, if I'm going to make any money off of it? That's why you have to have your smartphone. And I'll probably have to show you on a different YouTube video because the sunlight is not going to let you see it real good. But on eBay app, they have a search button. And you can scan an item or search it and see what it's going for on eBay. And then you can do a format and just look at the completed auctions, and then you will know exactly what that item has sold for in the past. And so I search all the items before I buy them, and if I don't have at least a $10 profit, I'm gonna leave it on the table. So the very first thing I kind of do a quick look and see if there's any new items, new in the box, things that people got for their birthday and they don't want anymore. And so they put it out new in the box. That's a really good Amazon seller. So I kind of pick those up, and then as I have a pile in my arms, I can be searching my apps and making sure, but that way no one else is picking it up and stealing it out from under me. So we'll go to the first table here. And there's sports equipment, helmets. This is new in the box. So this is kind of what we were talking about. $4. So baby doll, it's all still in the box, and it has a barcode. So I can take my app, I can hit scan. I don't know if you can see this, but I'll talk it through. It's not picking it up. There it goes. You heard the little beep. So it's searching. It says it's recognized, but it doesn't see any items. So that means that there's none of these items on sale at eBay right now. So it's $4. I can use my phone to Google it and see what it would cost new. If I think that's a little too high, I can ask him to take 2, and maybe he would or maybe he wouldn't. But this is a great Amazon thing. It's a great thing to sell around Christmas time. A lot of people sell sports equipment online. You're going to have things that you're already interested in, that you already know a lot about. That would be a great place to start. I don't know a lot about sports equipment, so that's not normally something I do. We have clothes. On Amazon, you're not allowed to sell clothes. eBay, a lot of people make a good go of that. I don't sell clothes. Toys. One of my eBay stores is all about kids items. So this would be a great table for me. You know, these are educational. That's right up my alley. So I'm going to take a really good look at these after the video. Actually, everything on this table, because I specialize in kids on one of my stores. Another one of my stores sells vintage items. So I look for vintage goods. And then the third store sells a lot of electronics and kind of miscellaneous stuff that I know I can make a profit on, but doesn't really fit in kids or vintage. So I'll look around at every table. Anything new in the box is going to get my attention. Games go really good, so that's going to get my attention. And when I look at it, I'm going to scan it, and I'm going to see if I can make a $10 profit. If not, I'm going to put it back. If so, I'm going to get it. Now, a couple of things you need to know about garage sales is you need to always bring your phone, have your app on so that you can check the prices, but you always want to negotiate. So the more money that you save when you buy your inventory, the more money you make and the higher your profit margins are. So garage sales are a great way to get inventory for about the best profit margin that you can. There's not really another source that's any cheaper or less expensive than a garage sale, but you always want to negotiate. So if something is $4, you're gonna come in about half that and see if you can negotiate a lower price. The worst they can say is no. So thank you for garage selling with me today. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel, and we'll be talking about the next part of the process in future videos. Bye. Hi again, we're home now from our garage sale, and I just wanted to show you the apps that I couldn't really show you in the bright sunshine of the day. So at our garage sale we got our educational game that I showed you. This went for $3. I always try to get everything for half, so that's about $1.50. We got a cranium game for $3. I really like games, especially around Christmas time. They're great sellers. And before you buy it, you just want to make sure that it's all there. And this looks pretty new, so that's going to be really good. And then I have a Pigster working condition. Got it for 50 cents, so that was a good find. Electronics, especially educational, for my store. And then I got a handmade baby quilt, and that will go on my kids store. So I only got a few things because really I was just trying to do the video for you. But I wanted to complete our process by looking at the apps. So on my smartphone, you can see that on the front page I have my eBay app, my Amazon app, and I have another app that's called Profit Bandit. You may have heard of Profit Bandit. I really, really like it. It's only $14.99, a downloadable app, one-time pay. And on this, I've already looked at Cranium. I did that at the garage sale. And what I like about it is I can see all the FBA prices, the new prices, the used prices, and the collectible prices. I can put in here how much I'm going to sell it for, and it will tell me exactly how much profit I'm going to make. Okay, I bought it for $2, so I already entered that in. And if I'm going to sell it, I'm going to pick one of these. I don't want to be the lowest. There's a lot of videos out there about not being the lowest. That's a business technique, and I would advise you to use that. I also don't want to be the highest because you just make people mad. So I want to be somewhere in the middle. So say I'm right there. It shows me that my profit is going to be $6.51 if I do FBA. So I'm going to click on that, and it breaks it all down for me. It tells me my sell price, how much it costs to ship, how much my fees are, And if I hit this button up here, and that means I'm an independent seller, I'm not doing an FBA, and my profit's a little higher, $7.95. So I can decide how I want to sell this item with Amazon. Now if I go back to my home page and I click on eBay, I can do a search there as well. It's down there on the bottom. I can click scan. If it doesn't have a barcode, I can always manually enter it in by typing the title. It's going to scan, beeps to let me know, and then all the items that are currently listed will come up. And if you look, it's $16, $20, 30 something, 28, 30 something. So that's about what they're going for now. Up here, I'm going to show you, if you click on refine, okay, and then, I don't think I did that right. I'm sorry. So I'm doing my search. Okay, now I click on refine, and if I scroll, if I scroll up and down, you'll see on here completed items. So I go ahead and green that, and it says search error, invalid product ID. What that means is that there aren't any items that have been sold. There's none of the Cranium game that has been sold in the last 30 days. And Amazon only keeps the completed items for 30 days. It's not an indefinite period of some database. So I know that no Cranium games have sold in the last 30 days, and that's actually very valuable. So I'm gonna unclick that and click done and look again at what I have. So this gives me an idea. I paid $2 for it. Looks like I can maybe sell it for around the high 20s, 28, 29, and that's good to know. I can also do the same from my Amazon. I can also do the same just with the plain Google search. So I wanted to show you my phone. This is what I use when I go out to the garage sales, and it's invaluable. I don't even go if I don't have my smartphone, because I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff. If you look at it, you only have $100 to spend. You want to spend it making the highest profit per item that you can. So if I have $100 and I buy 100 books and I'm only going to make, 10, 15 cents, $1 off a book, I don't really want to do that, because the most I'm going to make is $100. But if I take that same $100 and I buy a vintage item that I might make $50 off that one item, I might make $200 off an item, my profit margin starts to increase. And that's why I give that $10 limit, because you really don't want to nickel and dime yourself. You only have so much money to spend, so you want to make sure that you're making the best choices that you can, and this helps you do that while you're out choosing your inventory, whether it's at a garage sale or a thrift store or an auction. You can quickly be Googling it. Another thing that I forgot to tell you at the garage sale is I don't advertise that I'm selling on eBay. It's not that I'm not telling the truth, it's just I don't voice it out loud, because I find that they just won't work with you on the prices, in all honesty. So if I go there and I'm just a mom and I'm just shopping and I'm chatting with them and I come with a big pile of stuff and I say, oh, will you take 15 for this? Most likely they're going to say yes. If I advertise that I'm from eBay, or I'm making a really big production with my eBay app and they think something's suspicious, most times they will not go down. So that's just a little tip about that. A second tip I can give you with garage selling is, if you are calculating everything in your head, what you want to pay for this, which again is about half, and you're piling it up and you're thinking about it, and you show up there and you say, I have all of this, would you take $10 for it? They're busy, they have a lot of people talking to them, they kind of just take a quick glance, and most often again they say, sure. Third tip I can give you on garage sales is, if there's a whole box of baby clothes or a whole ginormous box of books and you want those items, it's better to just try to buy it in bulk instead of trying to pick up 3 or 4 items. And a perfect example of that is they want $1 for a book. I don't like to pay $1 for a book. I like to get a book for like 20, 5 cents or less. So I will look at the whole box and say, oh, I really don't want to look through this whole thing. Can I just buy the box for, $10 or whatever you want to offer, 15. And I've already calculated in my head at 20 cents a book. I know about what I want to pay before I even approach the garage sale person. And if you're going to take all of it, most times they just want to get rid of it. They want to see it go. They're going to be donating it afterwards anyway. So try to buy in bulk. Either show up with a bunch of stuff in your hands, take their whole inventory of books, take their whole inventory of baby clothes, and you will get those profit margins greater by buying more product but for less money. So those are just some few tips for garage sales that I have for you today, and we'll be talking about the next step in the process at a later video. So take care.